Hello and welcome to the Lesbian Lounge, a podcast for the girls who like girls. I'm your host and your resident lesbian big sister, Juliet Taylor, and I'm here to answer your questions, give advice on your dilemmas, and of course, chat about the most lesbian things you have ever done. From psycho exes to breakup dramas to falling in love with your best friend, we are going to cover it all. So grab a drink, get comfy, and welcome into the Lesbian Lounge. We're back to regular scheduled programming, guys. It feels like, for you, it won't feel like we haven't been, but for me, it feels like I have been because I've been away on holiday. So the past 2 episodes have been pre-recorded ones. But for me, I'm back like in real time in the studio filming, which makes my heart happy. Like I genuinely, even though you still get an episode and I still talk to you all, I miss you all because I feel like it's not like, I wasn't able to give you updates in last week's episode because it was just like a pre-recorded with my mum, like, boosh, let's get it filmed, and then it's scheduled ready for me to go on holiday. First of all, must apologise about last week's episode. If you were visually watching, I looked like an Oompa Loompa because I filmed it. To be fair, I literally filmed it a few days before I went on holiday, but then it came out, I guess, the next week. But I look like an Oompa Loompa because, if you couldn't tell now, I don't look like an Oompa Loompa. I look pale. So before I go on holiday, I got a spray. Well, I always do. I always get a spray tan. So I at least start the holiday looking bronzed and come back looking pale and depressed because I'm sad that my tan's gone and I haven't naturally tanned. But yeah, I look like an Oompa Loompa because I actually hadn't washed it off yet. It was literally a fresh spray tan. So apologies to anyone who was thinking, that doesn't look like Juliet normally looks. And I probably didn't help myself in the situation by wearing like a white t-shirt. So it was just like accentuating the tan. Yeah, apologies to anyone who got a jump scare by my very tanned face. You know what I do like about being tanned though? One, makes you feel hella skinny. Like, I'm sure it's scientifically proven that having a tan is meant to make you feel skinnier. Because didn't that place called Skinny Tan go on, what's it called? Dragon's Den? I'm sure they did. And like, they literally say it's proven to make you, I don't know how it does it, but being tan makes you feel skinnier. I don't know if there's science to prove that, but my brain tells me it's true. And also, I feel like your teeth always look whiter. I just think it's because, you're bronzed and then your teeth are like, bing, white. But yeah, I always feel skinnier and like I have whiter teeth when I'm tanned. And then when I go from being tanned to not being tanned, I go through a slight state of depression. That's probably dramatic. It's probably not actual depression. But I go through a state of hating myself because I'm like, wow, I was just so beautiful and tanned and now I'm so crusty and pale. And I'm depressed because I'm not tan anymore. So it's a bad mental health cycle for me to be in, but it's worth it for the highs of being tanned. Also, thank you all for the love on last week's episode with my mum. She also wanted me to say thank you all for the kind messages. There's been so many lovely messages come in. One slightly stressful thing, so many people, like so many of my mum's friends were like, oh my God, we're going to listen. And I was like, sure. Like, I don't know if it's what you think it's going to be. Like, we were speaking about the strap. Do you know what I mean? Like, but if you want to listen, be my guest. So that was fun. But yeah, Jill loves all your messages of support. She says she's so excited to come back on, and she said next time she'll come with freshly dyed hair and wear some mascara because she watched it back and was like, why didn't you tell me I look like that? And I was like, what do you mean? Because she's got the craziest fringe in the world. But she loved it and I loved having her on. And what I think we'll do next time is I'll let you all know when she's going to come back on over on Instagram at thelesbianlounge.podcast, and you can send in your specific questions or dilemmas that you want like a mum's opinion on, because I know unfortunately a lot of people don't have a relationship with their mum where they're able to talk about lesbian, gay, strappy, sexy fingering things, whereas me and my mum are very open with each other. So if anyone wants to send in any specific questions or dilemmas to get a mother's opinion on, Mother Jill will happily be the mother hen to you all. Oh, you remember we were talking about Mother Jacket? It's now Mother P and her podlets. And I think that stemmed from, I'm going to get on to the Florida trip, but when we were in Florida, we went to Bubba Gump Shrimp, and I don't really know the film Forrest Gump that well, but Lucy loves it, so I took her there for her birthday eve. And they had like little peas, apparently something like peas and carrots are part of the film, but they didn't have the carrots, so they had the peas on sale for $5. So I thought, fuck it, I'm buying the peas. For what reason, I don't know, probably to give to my dog. So I sent her the vote with the peas, and she changed it to Mother Peas and her podlets. So yeah, Mother Jill will absolutely be coming back on the pod, but let's give a little holiday recap because I've been to Florida with my girlfriend. Oh my god, I still literally get giddy at the fact that I get to call Lucy my girlfriend. She's listening to this probably right now. Hi baby, love you. Honestly, she's just sometimes I have to wrap my head around the fact that this sexy motherfucker wants to date me. Silly little weird, sometimes maybe beautiful with a tan me. Do you know what I mean? It baffles me. And it's just I made the TikTok, you look happier, and I was like, thanks, because I'm dating the fittest girl in the world. But there's so much more to me being happy than the fact that Lucy's really fit. She just, when you just get in a relationship and you just know it's right. I also made the TikTok we were never ever really friends, because literally we went on one date and it was that instant connection. I wasn't dating to be in a relationship. I was just yeah, sure, I'll go on a date here, a date there, I'll have a bit of fun. Went on a date with Lucy and was fuck, I'm actually in love. You know what we did do on the drive down to Manchester Airport? I'd been voice noting one of my friends, Chloe, shout out Chloe, throughout the whole of the meeting of Lucy. I'd been keeping her up to date with all the girls I'd been speaking to. I was I've been speaking to this footballer and this person and this person, and this one's got a child, but I don't care, I'm speaking to anyone. Not I judge people for having a child, but I don't know if I'm ready to be a stepmom personally. But I was just being so unjudgmental with who I was going on dates with. As long as they looked my type, I was I don't care what's going on, I'm just going to have some fun. And I'd literally been texting Chloe being got this girl, got this girl, got this girl. And I sent a photo of Lucy and was she's not too bad. It is what it is, just going for some free food. I literally said those words. And then the next voice note, I wonder if I can actually play you all the voice note. Shall I find it? I'm going to have to scroll for a hot second. But let's find the voice note from when I literally go, Chloe, don't kill me, but I think I'm in love. Obviously, you're never in love after a first date, but I did know after that first date that we were meant to be together. Everything just felt right. Okay, let's I think we're here. So yeah, literally I'd sent her what I was wearing because we planned the date the day of, and there's literally photos of all these girls that I was talking to, and then I don't want to play the wrong one. Okay, I text her saying, it's going better than planned. And then this is at 2:41 in the morning. I'm going to put you next to my microphone.
Okay, don't be mad at me, but I think I'm in love. Genuinely, I did not think that date was going to go as well as it did. It sounds bad, but from the photos, it was yeah, okay, not wow. In person, completely fucking different person. I am a bit lost for words. I'm not rushing into anything, but
I did rush in.
She already asked me out again on Sunday, so I'm gonna say yeah. That was the best day I've ever been on. Not I've been on many, but don't be mad that I'm in love. I mean, I'm not in love, but that was just a very, very good first date.
I hope you can all hear that, because I must have sent that when I was driving, so you can hear the car in the background. But then there's just thousands more voice notes, and literally Lucy and I just sat and listened to them all on the drive down, and she was I think I've just fell in love with you even more, listening back to me falling in love with her. It was really cute. Anyway, how did I even get onto that? I don't remember. I was just saying basically I just love her so much, and she's just great. So anyway, the holiday. So yeah, we drove down to Manchester. And we had a stay literally at the Ibis budget hotel, cheap and cheerful. The night before, we had a little pizza and a drinky poo in the hotel. Then we went upstairs and did some fun lesbian things. She'll kill me for saying that. She's why are you talking about that on the podcast? She won't. She doesn't care. Even though Lucy's mum apparently now listens. So Sarah, if you're listening, sorry that you had to know that we did fun lesbian things in the hotel room. Then the next day we woke up at 6, 7 o'clock for our 11 o'clock flight from Manchester to Orlando. And in the airport, guys, I am normally really proficient, if that's even a word, in an airport. I've travelled a lot by myself. I've moved countries alone. I'm quite independent when it comes to airports. But as soon as I'm there with someone else, that all goes out the window. So I've booked us fast track security, and tell me why I was scanning that barcode, like the fast track security barcode, as my boarding pass barcode when I was trying to check my luggage in. Tell me why. Tell me why I'm then getting really frustrated and embarrassed because there's a queue of people behind me, Lucy's is working, and I'm scanning the barcode and it's not working. And then I zoom out and I go, oh, that was my fast track barcode, and Lucy's like, you fucking idiot. So then we put on the proper barcode and got the cases sorted, even though mine was slightly overweight. But I'll tell you what we did. Will I get in trouble for saying this? Probably not. We put it was like, I'm telling you, it was 0.5 over, like it wasn't massively over. But Lucy's wasn't, so we just put Lucy's on the scale again. Ooh, whoops, no one come for me. But yeah, it was very drastically overweight, so don't come for me, anyone. And then we got on the flight. It was like 9 hours. We actually slept for most of the flight. Did you all see who reposted my TikTok? Renee Rapp. The Renee Rapp. Leighton from Sex Lives of College Girls. Regina George. Renee Rapp. Toa Bird's girlfriend. The Renee Rapp. Reposted my TikTok. It was saying, basically, it was to a Renee Rapp song. And it was basically, when the flight attendant says, pull the mask in front of your mouth and breathe normally, or in front of your face and breathe normally. And I was like, okay, Erlingus, like, if you insist, meaning like, yeah, I'll pull my mask, Lucy, in front of my mouth and I'll try and breathe normally. That's impossible because she makes my heart race, but do you know what I mean? And then we did the one, like, you know, when everyone's like, let's see how many brands can comment by the time I land. I was like, let's see how many lesbians can comment by the time I land. And there was thousands of you. But yeah, Renee Rapp reposted the other one, so I was buzzing and I was going, Lucy, she's seen our faces. She literally was scrolling through TikTok. We came up, she went, haha, that's funny. I'm going to repost that. She could have scrolled. She reposted it. So I did text her. I said, hey girl, hope you like the vid. Let me know if you want to come on the pod. She hasn't replied yet, but we're holding out hope. So everyone go and tag Renee Rapp and say, come on the Lesbian Lounge. I also really want to get Jordan Nobbs and Erin Caldwell on now, because Jordan Nobbs has just signed for Newcastle United Women and she's dating Erin Caldwell, who's a musical theatre performer. So it feels like my two worlds colliding, because I love women's football and I used to, technically kind of still do, but used to do musical theatre. So it's like, woo, worlds colliding. So I want them on the pod. There's loads of people I want on the pod. But yeah, anyway, we're still on the plane. Get off the plane. TikTok's blowing up. I'm like, brilliant, going viral. I'm going to be famous. I can quit all my jobs. Didn't quite happen yet, but it's coming. I feel it. I feel it in my toes. Does anyone else say that? People say I feel it in my bones. I'm like, I feel it in my toes. Got to Florida, got to the hotel, and we were like tired, but not too tired. So I was like, why don't we just go out for some food at City Walk? And then I was like, why don't we just pop into Universal? Because our tickets, like, they didn't have a start date, or we'd passed the start date. So we were like, let's just pop in, do a few rides. So we went on Hagrid's, which is my favourite roller coaster in the world. Lucy had never done it. Lucy loved it. She was on the motorbike. And then we went to the Hulk, and I was feeling a bit scared. So Lucy rode the Hulk. And then basically this couple had like free passes to skip the queues, like express passes for some of the rides. And she gave them to us. We were like, we may as well use them. So we used them on the two other Harry Potter rides, Flight of the Hippogriff and then Forbidden Journey. Forbidden Journey, we literally got on 1 minute before the park closed. And I'm not kidding when I tell you, there was no one else on that ride. We had a row to ourselves and there was no one else in the queue in front of us. There was no one else getting on the ride after us. So I don't know if we were like just the last people of the night, if we got lucky just getting on. But I don't like that ride. It's scary. There's spiders, there's dragons, there's Death Eaters or Dementors. Are they the same thing? I don't know. So I just do it with my eyes closed. And I'm telling you, I swear it went upside down. I was like, oh! It was frightening. And then literally we just spent the next 10 days at the park. So we did Epic Universe, which, let me tell you guys, we weren't originally going to do it until my mum bought Lucy a ticket for it for her birthday, and I bought my ticket because, thanks a lot, Jill, didn't pay for my ticket. Rude. It was honestly like, it sounds cringy being like it was epic, but it genuinely was. Mario Kart World, it was kind of like taking drugs and waking up in some like fever dream, because honestly it was colourful, it was noisy, but it was really cool. It was like stepping into a Nintendo DS. It was really fun. We loved the How to Train Your Dragon Land. I've never actually seen the films, don't come for me, but it was honestly unreal. The rides were great there. The food was great. We had the viral mac and cheese cones. They were unbelievable. And apparently now people are waiting like up to 45 minutes for them. We just walked right up and there was literally one ready. I was like, brilliant. Did you want to see my tummy grumble? It's because I haven't had any food yet today because there's no food at my house and I'm a bit poor. So I just thought I'll just grab something after. Yeah, How to Train Your Dragon Land, unbelievable. Dark Universe, really actually quite fun. I thought I wouldn't like that one, but I did. The biggest letdown, Harry Potter Worlds. It wasn't giving. It was giving France, not Harry Potter. So I think it's more based on Fantastic Beasts, but I haven't seen that film again. Don't come for me. So it was just kind of like, And you guys know me, I love a bit of French. I can hardly speak French. You hear my tummy again, it's growling. But I can do like a bonjour, ça va, à bientôt. Like, you know, I can do a basic combo. And I'm not kidding. These, like, we were in France. Like, if you're in Disney and Epcot, they are actually French people speaking to you. So you can actually speak with them or whatever country you're in. I was going like, bonjour. They were going, bonjour. I was going, ça va? And they were going, no, this way, please. And I was like, why do you not even know how to say, like, how are you in French? Like, I thought, surely when they're transporting you to this world of France, they should at least be speaking a bit of French. You know what I mean? Like, teach them, hello, how are you? See you later. Thanks for coming. Welcome in. A bit of basic French. You know what I mean? And it just, honestly, we went to see the show and it was just really weird. We were like, is that it? Like, that was the biggest waste of the day. But if you like Fantastic Beasts, you'd probably like it. For us, it was just like, And then we did obviously like the other Universal parks, Universal Studios. And then whilst we were out there, we popped into a pageant. It was one that I won in 2017. So we were doing a little bit of work with the photographers whilst we were out there as well. And Lucy, oh my God, she is just the cutest pageant girlfriend in the world. I've got this photo of her with her arm, and she's got both of my sashes on her arm, like my sash from when I won the pageant and the sash for the pageant that I'm with now. And just the fact that like she willingly like showed effort into something that I'm passionate about when she has like no reason to enjoy going to a pageant, but the fact that she happily wanted to sit from 8 a.m. till 10:30 p.m. watching a pageant. Like, tell me your girlfriend wouldn't do that for you, because if she wouldn't, then she's not the one for you. Because honestly, like, even I was getting a bit bored. I was like, come on, let's like speed it up a bit. But she sat there all night. I got to go on stage and she was filming me, and honestly, it made me love her even more. And she's obviously coming to my pageant on the 2nd of August, and a lot of the Americans will go around with like badges or buttons, as they call them, with their like a photo of the person they're supporting on. And she's like, can I have a button with your face on? And I'm like, of course you can. And the fact that she wants to do that and wants to support me in the things that I love to do, it just makes me so happy. And obviously, I mean, I support her in return. Let's do a quick shout out for this now, actually. I was going to say it at the end. But remember, this Saturday, Lucy's Bar, The Raven, opens in Clevedon Village from 12 o'clock until late. But the plan is, if you're a fellow Newcastle lesbian, we're hitting at Pride. Well, we're hitting at Rusty's Show Bar from 1 o'clock, popping across to Pride, back to Rusty's, Pride, back to Rusty's. And then in the evening, definitely me, hopefully some others, are going to pop over to The Raven for the opening night for some drinks to see my sexy, sexy girlfriend in her sexy, sexy suit in her very own bar. Like, how fit is that? She's opening her own bar. I'm so proud of her. She sent me the cutest text earlier being like, I'm doing this for my future self, but also for the future I want with you. And it just literally made me emotional. Just the fact that like she wants to do well in life so that we can have a good life together. Do you know what I mean? She's just lush. Sorry, this episode is literally me gushing about Lucy, but no, I won't apologise because I'm in love. I'm in love. I'm obsessed. I just love her. What was I saying? Yeah, she supports me, I support her. Go to The Raven, or you're a boring bitch who doesn't like a good time. Honestly, the cocktail menu is banging. They've got mocktails, beers, fucking, I don't know, craft ales, lagers, ciders. They've got it all. They've got Diet Coke. No, they haven't got Diet Cokes, have they? They've got Pepsi Maxes. I don't know, I'm probably lying to you now. Lucy will be like, babe, people are coming and asking for Diet Cokes and we don't sell Diet Cokes. They sell all the drinks you could possibly think of and more, and it's cute, cozy vibes. But the cocktail menu, I think that's what's going to bring you guys in, because there's some cool cocktails. And I don't know, some of them are giving lesbian. Like, some of the cocktails, you're going to like look at them and be like, that's a fucking lesbian cocktail. But also beers for like the Lucy lesbians who love a good beer, even though Lucy loves a cocktail as well. But my girl loves a beer. Anything else about the holiday? It was just really good. Like, it was just nice to have her, like, she couldn't escape me, because she's been spending like the majority of her time in the bar, so I don't get to see her super often. But she was in Florida. She was nowhere near Cleveland. So she was like in my possession, and I wouldn't let her leave my sight. I mean, we obviously did things where like she went off to do something or I did, but like she was mine for them whole 10 days. And it was the best 10 days of my life, because I just got to have her at the snap of my fingers, and we would go and do something together. But no, she's just lush. Anything else about the haul? I don't think so. Yeah, it was just a really good time. Obviously, love Universal, love all the parks. She somehow managed to convince me to go on this ride called Stardust Racers, and it went upside down, and it was hell. I was sat like this. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't mind things that go fast. I don't mind being tilted to the sides. It's as soon as it's a full upside down or a loop-de-loop that I go, no, thank you. Yeah, it was. I mean, it was fun to do. Yeah. Any other updates? Not well. This isn't about the holiday, but as you can see, I'm wearing my Lionesses top today because it's Euros season. I mean, it's nearly freaking finished because it's the quarterfinals. But the day you're listening to this Thursday the 19th of July, if you're listening to this episode before, I don't know, 7 o'clock, get yourself down to the Hotspur in Newcastle, because I'm hosting a watch party of the Lionesses quarterfinal versus Sweden. We're going to be meeting for drinks from about 7:30, kickoffs at 8, and we're just going to have some drinks and food and good vibes during the match. So if you're a lesbian who loves the Lionesses, come and join us at the Hotspur from 7:30 this Saturday to support and cheer on the Lionesses in their quarterfinal match against Sweden. I'm so excited for it. Make sure you come down. And then obviously on Saturday, we have Pride. You don't need any tickets to come to any of these events. Only thing with Pride is if you're coming to Rusty's, most of us have a pink pass, which I've never been to Pride, so I don't really know what it is. But I think it just means you can like skip the queues to get into the bars quicker. And some of us have tickets to get into actual Pride. Some people are planning on just doing like the bars, but some of us will be going into Pride and then back out of Pride, and you know, just flitting between them both. So if you want to be going into Pride, you will need a ticket, but you don't need a ticket like to come and hang with us. You just rock up and be like, hey lesbians, and we'll be like, hey lesbians, and then come to the Raven on Saturday evening. But even if you don't come on Saturday, it's going to be open forever. So if I don't see every single one of your beautiful faces in the Raven, then I'm going to tell you that your faces aren't beautiful anymore, because beautiful people support small businesses. So come support my girlfriend, be a good person. Anyway, I am rambling now, so without further ado, let's jump straight on into this week's episodes. So this week's question of the week is, how did you come out, and would you change anything about your coming out story if you could? I haven't actually pre-read these. I'm going to assume we're going to get some really good ones and we're going to get some not so good ones. So let's read and see how you guys came out. I avoided my mum for months until she knew something was up. She guessed immediately, so I guess the closet was glass. Long and short of it, she didn't care. My dad, however, he wouldn't allow it under his roof. Behind my back, he was super homophobic. Turns out, though, he got on well with my girlfriend more than he did with me in the end. I love, like, a parent's relationship with the partner. Like, I love how much my parents love Lucy. Like, doesn't it just make you so happy when they're just, like, so accepted as part of your family? I love it. 2 stages. When I was 11, I told my mum, I think there's something going on. She was great, but she told me to bench it until puberty and get back to her. Then later, she booked an impromptu spa weekend for us when I was 18, and it fast became apparent that I did not possess the makeup skills to cover outrageous hickeys. That's so funny. And to keep them covered throughout saunas, hot tubs and treatments. That paired with the fact that my best friend was staying over many nights a week was enough to force me fully out the closet. That is so funny. Oh my God, I'm obsessed with that. I was drunk at a thing with my family and the neighbours in the garden during lockdown. Oh, first you were just drunk and you were like, I'm gay. There you go. I've told you now. I came out to friends who told everyone. I would have changed telling them friends. I hate that. Like, if someone trusts you enough to tell you something so like vulnerable about themselves, and that, like, for you to tell someone I'm gay, like, you know, keep it between us for now, for them to go and tell people, I just think it's so bang out of order. I had like a similar thing happen to me when I was younger. Like, I'd been speaking to this girl and I think someone maybe saw me texting someone on my phone. And it wasn't like anything serious. It was literally just like chatting to this girl, obviously maybe being a bit flirty. And someone had told someone that Juliet had been speaking to girls. And one of my friends goes, oh yeah, like I looked through your phone and like, because I'd obviously deleted all evidence of the messages. And she went, I looked through your phone to see the messages, couldn't find them, but I told everyone I did find them to see what they would say. And I was like, it's not giving supportive good friend vibes, is it? But, oh, sorry, my nose is really tickly today. But yeah, it's such a shame, but obviously they're not true friends, are they? And I'm sure you've grown up to find like much better supportive friends now. I came out at 14 and got outed to the whole school by someone I thought was my friend. Clearly not a friend, are they? It was traumatic at the time, but looking back, I'm happy it was such a quick process. I came out as bi first, which was hard for family to understand. So looking back, I think it would have been better to come straight out as gay. I feel like a lot of people do that, don't they? They'll come out as bisexual as like a stepping stone. Obviously, for some people, that's it. They're bisexual. They're not going to take the next step to being fully gay and being a lesbian. But I think a lot of people go, oh, I like boys and girls. And then they just stop dating the boys and start dating the girls. You know what makes me so sad, though? People who have to like make themselves date men and be with men just to fit this straight stereotype that people see them as. Do you know what I mean? Like almost people sleeping with men or dating men to get validation from family, friends, whoever, being like, oh yeah, look, I'm obviously straight because I'm sleeping with men, but having the worst time ever doing it, feeling so uncomfortable in themselves, but having to do it because they want to prove their straightness. They're not even straight, but they want to prove to people like, look at me, I am straight, love me, I'm straight. It actually makes me sad. So if anyone's going through that, I'm here for you. I came out to all my friends first and then my parents. It all went well. Happy for you. We had just watched Pitch Perfect in school. Does that not tell you everything? I bet it's going to be the shower scene that turned you gay. Bet it. And a friend and I were sitting down at lunch and she goes, so like in the movie where they go, because there's 10 of us, that means one of us is probably a lesbian. Who do you think it is in our group? And as she says a random name in our friendship group, I go, it's me. I think I was in year 9. That's so funny. I love the TikTok where there's loads of friends or like all the family members, but it's like when one of the friends or one of the cousins has to be gay and someone steps forward, it's me. It just really makes me giggle. I think I asked people like my mum, are you straight? And when they obviously answered yes, I said, I don't think I am. Yeah, we should start doing that to straight people, being like, oh my God, are you straight? Oh my God, like, I just haven't met the right woman yet. That would be so funny. I sat my mum down and told her that I'd been experiencing feelings for someone we both worked with. I told my mum the girl's name and my mum knew she was a lesbian. She looked at me, offered me a hug. I have the most supportive family I could ever have. That's so sweet. I love that you and your mum work together as well. That's iconic. I came out in 2007 when I was 28, so a late outer. I came out to my close gay friends first, and then my mum was the first person in my family. I was sitting in her living room and kept waiting for the right moment, but it never came. I said, Mum, there's something I need to tell you. Her immediate reaction was, are you pregnant? Which is bizarre, considering I'd only ever had one boyfriend. I said, I think I'm bisexual, easing her in gently, as you do. And she said, and my relief was instant, and she hugged me and said, you could be anything and I still love you. She then sang, I kissed a girl and I liked it. Oh, that's so sweet. I do think like there's so many worse issues in the world than people being in love with people. Do you know what I mean? We could all be drug addicts, we could be terrorists, we could be bad people, but all we're doing is loving someone and wanting to be loved in return. Like, is it that bad? Is it that bad that I like a bit of pussy and boobs? It could be worse. It could be so much worse. Anyway, I came out to my school on Instagram, as that was the style back then, with a black background post saying, I'm gay. Wouldn't change a thing, very efficient. Now that is brave. I would have to turn the comments off because I'd be scared of what the comments would say. But yeah, I guess everyone who follows me on Instagram, I'm gay. It's there. It's in black and white, literally on a black post saying I'm gay. I love that. That's really iconic. If I could go back in time, I would never come out to my family, but definitely to the world. Well then, we're just your chosen family, so you can come out to us. So I was driving my mum to the shops, and she was like, so you never mentioned any guys you're talking to. Are you a lesbian? And I was like, yeah, actually, now you mention it. All right then, grab me a bottle of wine when you go in, would you? That's so funny. Like, I mean, I'd never really been one to speak about boys, to date boys. Like, I was one of them. I mean, there's some lesbians, obviously, like I just said, who date the boys to appear as straight. There's some lesbians who just date the girls. There's some who just don't date the boys and are waiting to meet the girls. That was me. I think I can count 4 boys that I've been like intertwined with. I had my first boyfriend who, like, we literally kissed a few times. I'm sure he was gay. We were doing musical theatre together. Then my second boyfriend, we also did musical theatre together, probably also gay. Very clever. Sure, he went to Oxford. Then there was one boy that I used to work with at a princess party company, probably also gay now. Maybe that's why I just didn't fancy them. No, it's because they were boys, and I find boys seriously hella ugly and disgusting. Like, this happened on one of the Uber drivers one day said something to me and Lucy about like missing beautiful girls like us in the UK, and I was like, that's disgusting. And Lucy was like, oh, he's just been nice. Like, Lucy sees the good in men, I don't. I think they're all nasty little creatures. And then there was the fourth boy who basically, we never slept together. The only boy I tried to sleep with was the second boyfriend. The rest, it was literally like kissing. I was like, this is awful. Or like they tried to finger my vagina, and I was like, feels great, thanks. I only really got with him because he was my best friend's boyfriend's best friend, so we would have like nights out together, and then obviously my best friend and her boyfriend would sleep in the same room, and then this only place for me to sleep would be with him. So it was just like easier for me just to like play up to everyone's fantasies of us being together. But I was very much a lesbian and was like, oh, this is so much fun. How did I even get onto that? Oh yeah, like just like I never really mentioned guys to my mum. It wasn't like, oh, I really fancy Dan, isn't he beautiful? I want to touch his 6-pack and see his willy. Like, ew, do you know what I mean? Can you imagine, right? Everyone just close your eyes, picture this. Imagine you've had a long day at work. You open the door in the night, you walk into your house. There's a smelly man on the sofa. He hasn't done the dishes. He hasn't texted you all day. He hasn't bought you flowers. He hasn't bought you a present. He's just sitting on the sofa being a smelly, ugly man. You have to go upstairs and maybe he wants to have sex, and you're like, oh, ew. Sorry, I had to open my eyes because the thought of that was making me feel unwell. Like, imagine coming home from work every day to a man. Makes me feel physically unwell. So if that is your situation, I send my love and my condolences, and I hope that, because I mean, we do get a lot of people writing who are like, I'm with a man but I think I'm gay. Like, I hope you will meet the woman of your dreams soon, because I could not think of anything worse than going home to a stinky, crusty, dusty man. Could never be me. Where are we up to? I told my parents and then got rushed to tell everyone else in my life. I've not come out at all. I have not come out at all. I'd have just started bringing my girlfriend to things if I could do things again. Yeah, fair. Just like show it. Be like, oh, this is my girlfriend. Like, don't be like, oh, I'm gay, I've got a girlfriend. Just be like, this is Lucy, my girlfriend. And then they can be like, oh, lesbians. Cool. You know what someone said about Lucy on holiday? We were walking somewhere and these American gay men went, now that's a masked lesbian if I've ever seen one. And it just made me so happy. And I know it made Lucy so happy too, because I think Lucy's been on her own journey, like with her sexuality and like just dressing the way that she wants to dress, not like dressing feminine because people want her to dress feminine. Like, she's finally like found her style and the way she enjoys to dress for herself, which I find top tier, so fucking sexy. So I think for her, like, getting that validation from these gay men, she was buzzing, and I was like, that's so funny, because I love how masked she is. Like, it's so sexy. I'm just not one of them girls who's attracted to girls in dresses and skirts and makeup. Like, I want you wearing like shorts and a t-shirt and trainers. Like, Lucy was like, do you think I dress like a 13-year-old boy? Because I said that on the podcast. I was like, you don't dress like a 13-year-old boy, you just dress in like more masculine clothes, and it's sexy, and the tattoos and the hair and the low bun, and oh my god, I need to stop because I'm turning myself on and I'm not seeing Lucy until Friday, so I need to contain myself. Where are we up to? Wish I'd have not made it an official thing and just treated it as introducing a normal relationship. So valid. I always knew I loved girls. I came out as bi at first, and then I said I was a lesbian, and my family were supportive. So happy for you. Let's do a couple more. Which ones have I done? What am I up to? My dad asked me, and I told him, and I burst out crying, and then he told me he'd love me no matter what. If I was to change anything, I would have come out with the cake, as I'm a baker. A little rainbow cake! Oh my god, that's so iconic! Okay, we'll do a couple more. My mum came home from work, and I sat her down and panic blurted it out. She hugged me, and then we had a cuppa. And that's the thing, isn't it? Like, a lot of people, like, you wait for the right moment, but sometimes, like, that moment's not going to come. You have to create the moment, or just rip off the bandage and just say, Mum, I'm a lesbian. Or like, I mean, I sort of did it like over time, didn't I? I was like, I've been speaking to this girl. I kind of like this girl. We're going to make it exclusive. We're going to be girlfriends. Like, just subtly dropped it in over time. But you've all met Mother Jill. She doesn't care. She's so chill. I love her. I had a secret girlfriend, and one day decided it was time to tell people. I publicly came out as bi during COVID on Insta. Nothing wrong with that per se. I had a good response, but I'm not sure that it was a true reflection of my identity upon reflection. I've always dated guys, but never loved them. Never got a deep connection with any of them. I think I knew deep down I was a lesbian, but I repressed it for ages. That is what I'm saying. We date men because it's easier just to date men and not have to come out, and just because that's the normal thing to do, and then everyone won't have an issue with you being gay because you're dating men. But you don't get that connection. The sex is shit. They're ugly. They smell. No offense to any men listening, but I'm just not the biggest fan. No offense. My family already knew, so they casually dropped it into conversation. They're so supportive, but low-key wish I could have actually brought it up first. Oh. Pardon me. Okay, last one. Asked a healthcare professional friend if it was safe to stop taking the pill, and she said, why? Are you going to date women now? And I said, yes. That's such a good way to do it. Like, well, I don't need to be on the pill because I'm not having sex unless you're taking it for like periods or like skin hormonal whatever. Then if you're not sleeping with men, why do you need to be on the pill? Do you know what I mean? Right, I'm going to get us some dilemmas up. Where are we up to? Here we are. Okay, let's jump into some dilemmas. I'm a queer gal. I used to identify as bisexual, but I feel like I like people for their personality and not their gender. And I have a boyfriend. We're a poly couple in the sense that he has another partner, but I don't myself. Being poly means I can still enjoy the queer side of my life. I have a big heart and lots of love to give, but it's insanely difficult finding girls on dating apps. I find lots of girls who are exploring or need a girlfriend to take the lead, but the thing is, no matter how much I sing the giver, I'm in fact not the giver, and I'm 100% a taker. I'm just a femme searching for a woman to love and having a nightmare on dating apps. Are there other ways to meet women romantically? For sure there are. I think dating apps can work for things like this, but I think it needs to be like in the bio, clear as day. I'm looking for this and this is my situation. Because a majority of people probably wouldn't want to get involved with someone knowing that the person they're getting involved with is in love with someone else and that person's dating someone else. It's a confusing thing to wrap your head around, but there are absolutely people out there who that doesn't bother them. They would probably love a foursome. Do you know what I mean? Like, I just think it needs to be crystal clear in the dating app, like, this is what I'm after and this is my situation. But if not, maybe like you and your boyfriend and his partner, could you not go to some like gay bars together, like as this like poly group, and then like see if you find any girls that take your fancy? Then like, if you don't, you've still got your boyfriend and his partner there, because I'm assuming you and the boyfriend's partner get along, or that just makes things really fucking awkward. But yeah, why don't you go out as like a group of 3, or even just like you and your boyfriend go out, or, you know, I think going as a group of 3 actually, and then just like getting chatting to people and being like, oh yeah, like just introduce yourself, be like, oh hi, I'm Jules, this is my boyfriend Tom and his boyfriend Dean. I don't know where those names came from. And then they might be like, oh my god, that's really cool. Like, you know, maybe you might meet someone who's like, oh yeah, like my boyfriend has a partner, or my girlfriend does, and then you might be like, oh my god, well, I've been looking for this, would you be interested? And they're like, hell yeah. And then boom, there you go, that's the solution. I think you need to go out as a group of 3, and I hope you find someone that will fulfill all of your needs. People genuinely do not believe me when I say that I'm a lesbian, because I used to be known in short terms as a slag, which, okay, I'll put my hands up, yes, I was so in denial that I was always getting with boys, but as soon as it got anywhere near something sexual, that's it, the waterworks were on. I would sob. This is what I mean, girls. We get with boys just because it's fucking easier. We need to stop doing that, and we just need to fucking own the fact that we're lesbians and stop sleeping with men or getting close sleeping with men, because it's disgusting. No offence. So now with my girlfriend, people still think it's a phase, and once I'm done with her, I'll go back to boys. Even she thinks that. What do I do? Okay, the fact that your girlfriend thinks that is slightly concerning, because we want to have our partner's full trust. Like, I know Lucy's been with boys in the past, but I'm not thinking she's going to go back to them. You need to reassure her that your plan in life is not just to have your lesbian fun time with her and then fuck off back to dating men. I mean, I think the fact that you weren't sleeping with the boys says something. Like, if you were sleeping with all these boys and like enjoying it, and then you're like, oh, now I'm going to be gay, it's like, but the fact that you would cry, you didn't want to sleep with these men anyway, is giving lesbian, is it not? And I think the best thing you can do, like, screw what your friends think. They can think what they want. As long as you're comfortable in your sexuality and you know who you are, that's fine. You can show your friends how serious you are about being a lesbian by showing your girlfriend how serious you are about her, and the fact that you're not gonna fuck off back to men. Do you know what I mean? Like, because I couldn't be in a relationship where I didn't feel secure with my partner, knowing that any one of Lucy's exes could come up. Any girl could come up, and I know she would not bat an eyelid. She would not even give them a second glance in the direction, because she's so in love with me. I don't have that fear. But if your partner has that fear, you need to give her the reassurance that she doesn't need to fear it. That, you know, I am all for you. Yes, I've been with men in the past, and, you know, you can say to her, be like, listen, I knew I was gay when I was with these men, but I was trying to prove some form of straightness to family, friends. I was trying to convince myself that I was straight, but I just couldn't do it anymore. And I finally have, you know, got the balls to embrace who I am and get a girlfriend. And now I'm so happy with you. And I couldn't think of anything worse than going back to dating men. You just need, I think, give her that reassurance that you're all for her and all for the pussy, not the peen. Pussy over peen. That's a good little saying. Pussy over peen. Okay, let's move on. Have I done this one? No, I haven't. Getting confused, guys. I used to do all the dilemmas in order, and now I've started going out of order, and I'm like, have I done this one before? But I don't think I have. So if I have, apologies, but I'm pretty sure I haven't. This might be the last one of the ep as well. We'll wrap it up after this one, because it's a kind of long one. Hi. I'm not sure if this is anything. Maybe some advice / validation / perspective would be nice. I was recently in a relationship with a girl for almost 7 months. Short for me, long for her. And I started having the worst 2 weeks of my entire life. My brother went missing, after leaving notes, which led to me getting fired by a handwritten letter from my boss, which was sent to my house because I had to call in. And then I found out I was no longer able to stay at my best friend's house for reasons outside of her control. I went to my parents' house for a breather because I felt like my world was falling apart. I hope you're okay. That all sounds severely quite stressful. I hope you're okay. My girlfriend became quite distant over text, but wasn't saying anything. I assumed it was because she was busy at work and didn't want to pester her, and I didn't want to pester her / overthink anything. She messaged asking for a relationship check-in before calling me and breaking up with me over the phone. So it wasn't really a relationship check-in then, was it? It was just telling you she was going to break up with you. That's rude. She said it was because of me. It wasn't because of me. She said it was because she wanted to do big things with her life and that she was ambitious. She said she wanted to give it a week, then we could meet up and talk. I was not taking this news well and was extremely upset and told her there was nothing to talk about. She was breaking up with me. Yeah, it's hard, isn't it, when people are like, I'm breaking up with you, but give me a week or so and I'll see how I'm feeling. Like, if you want to be with me, you want to be with me. Like, if you want to go on a break or you need time in your head, like, voice that to me and I'll help you through it. I'll give you space if you need it. We'll work through it together. Don't break up with me and then be like, but hang on for another week or so and I'll see how I feel. That's a bit of a slap in the face, isn't it? We haven't spoke much since then. I've been keeping busy and building a better life for myself. Love that for you. To start anew, but she no longer wants to talk. After I messaged her after a week to say that actually it might be good for closure and that she'll send my things through the post. Everyone is gobsmacked because the relationship itself was amazing. She herself had said it was her best relationship. There were some signs of her being a commitment phobe, but I really thought she was invested in our relationship from her words. I think that's the thing sometimes, isn't it? These people, they know the right things to say. They know they're scared of commitment and aren't going to commit and, like, knuckle down with somebody, but they know the ways to word their words. That made so much sense, Julia. Like, they know the way to, what am I trying to say? Like, they have done this before. They know how to get someone under their skin and get you obsessed with them, and then they're like, oh, I'm backing off, you're obsessed. And it's like, but you fed me this. You told me that you were going to change, and you told me that you were ready to, like, commit to me. Like, you said you weren't ready for a relationship, but then you met me and I've changed your world and da 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 da. But they know what they're saying. They're cleverer than we give them credit for, some girls. I'm struggling so much with how easily she's cut this off, and I feel like she's shown such little regard for my feelings, which is hard for me to accept because we were so good together. I don't get how she's making this look so easy. Is there anything that might make this feel a little less horrible, and any advice for moving on? Sorry for the long one. Don't be sorry. We love a long dilemma here. Yeah, I think unfortunately this person is exactly what you say. They're a commitment phobe. They're obviously seeking validation from girls, getting them under their skin, getting them well and truly obsessed, and then they're going, whoa, you're obsessed with me, I'm leaving. And it's like, yeah, but you're the reason I'm obsessed with you. Like, you fed me all these lies and told me all these stories, and you got me obsessed with you to then freak out and leave. But what I would think in the situation is, yet as much as you maybe loved her, liked her, had this big crush, whatever, she clearly isn't the woman of your dreams, because the woman of your dreams is going to support you through the things you're going through. Like, I hope your brother's been found okay and you've found a new job and you found somewhere to stay. But, like, you know, the person of your dreams is going to support you through that. They're going to not, like, you're not going to be a burden in their life. Like, I do that sometimes. Like, Lucy will be like, what's wrong? I'm like, nothing. And she's like, tell me or I can't help. And then I'll tell her, and then she actually helps the situation. Like, instead of you just keeping thoughts and feelings to yourself because you don't want to be a burden on anyone else's life, realistically, that's what a partner's there for at the end of the day. They are there to be your support system, to build you up when you need it, to make you laugh when you need it, to make you smile. That's what they're there for. And if they can't give you that, then that isn't the person for you, because the person for you will sit down and talk with you. And if they have an issue, they'll not just break up with you. They'll have a conversation. They'll have this relationship check-in, and you'll be able to say, what can I do to to make you feel better, and you'll be able to have this open adult conversation and actually work on things like adult relationships should do. So I think what you have to tell yourself is that girl clearly isn't the person of my dreams, because if she was, she would have handled the situation so much better. I think the best thing you can do now is block and move on. It doesn't mean you have to get with someone else straight away, but block, because I'm a sucker for an Instagram stalk and it's so mentally draining. Just block them. Don't see what they're doing with their life. Let them crack on. Let them do whatever they want. You move on with yours. Do some inner work, some inner healing. Get the journal out. Get on like YouTube manifestations. Do whatever you need to do to heal. And then when you're feeling ready in yourself and feeling like confident, go out and date. Go and like lick some pussy if that's what you want to do, or get your pussy licked. I'm getting too comfortable on this podcast, aren't I? But like, you know, once you are happy and comfortable and confident in yourself, go out and have some fun at Lesbian Lex. And I'm sure then when you have that confidence like radiating about you, girls will pick up on that and they'll fancy you, and you'll find the woman of your dreams. Angel of my dreams, I will always love you and hate you. It's not fair. That was really low. Aren't I such a good singer, everyone? I sing on this podcast too frequently. I'm surprised I still get so many listeners each week when I sing so horrifically. But anyway, I am going to wrap up this week's episode here. Thank you all so much for listening. Make sure you follow us at the lesbianlounge.podcast on Instagram and TikTok. Make sure you join us at all of our upcoming meetups. All info is on Instagram. Make sure you join our WhatsApp community chat. That's where everything really is shared about the meetups in there, all little details, and you can chat with people who are also coming to the meetups, so you can make some friends prior to or keep in touch with people after. Make sure you send your dilemmas into the podcast. It will be in the description of the pod. You can send questions, stories, dilemmas, anything you need advice on. Literally, there's no judgment here. Send us anything over, and I will speak to you all next Thursday for a brand new episode. I love you all so much. Bye!